Welcome to Right on the Money, the weekly talk show with interviews you can use to help you maximize your money and optimize your financial future. Before moving forward with any of the ideas discussed on the show, always consult your financial advisor, insurance professional, or tax consultant. Looking for financial help or a second opinion? We can help you in your search. And now, your host of Right on the Money, syndicated financial columnist and money color commentator, Steve Savant.
Well, welcome back to Right on the Money. We're talking about America's number one retirement plan, Social Security. I'm Steve Savant, syndicated financial columnist and money color commentator. In this segment, we're talking about how to maximize your Social Security benefits with Tom Hagnon, nationally recognized retirement speaker and best-selling author. Well, if you missed yesterday's segment about what they took away from Social Security, we're going to tell you, well, what's left, we're going to help you maximize it. Tom?
Yeah, so, look, a lot of people don't know this, but I love to go to Waffle House restaurants, all right? And if you go to Waffle House at 6 a.m., something special happens. You know what happens? The wise men appear. And they all sit around the counter drinking coffee, solving the world's problems. And if you go into Waffle House and ask them, hey, what age should I draw my Social Security benefits? You know what they'll tell you? 62. Haven't been reading the papers. This place is going broke. Get the getting while the getting's good. 62, 62. Yeah, that's the Waffle House answer. That's a coffee shop answer. Is that the right answer? That is not the right answer. So what is the right answer? Here's the right answer. In general, the breadwinner should delay. I'll say it again. In general, the breadwinner should delay till age 70. So why do I say in general? Well, because, look, everybody's different. You got to look at a number of different things when you're picking out your start date. What's their health? What's their life expectancy? How many work credits do they have? What other financial resources do they have? Some people take it early and invest it. I'm okay with that. But what I'm not okay with is everybody taking it at 62 because their buddies told them to take it at age 62. So, Steve, let me try to explain Social Security as simple as I can. Right now, the full retirement age is age 66. And for every $1,000 a month you take at age 66, if you take it early at 62, you're not going to get $1,000 a month. You're only going to get $750. But if I could get you to wait just a few more years till age 70, you're also not going to get $1,000 a month. You're going to get $1,320. Now let me pull those two out. $750, $1,320. $750, $1,320, $750, $1,320. I didn't put cost of living in there. What I'm telling you is you take your check at age 70, it's going to be about double what it is at age 62. And yet too many people are taking it early.
Now, they're taking it early, and you said a lot of it's out of fear. They feel like I might as well get the money while we still can. But we're talking about difference between age 62 and 78 years, and this could be a huge number. If you're thinking about longevity, now I do admit, certain people, they may have a genetic disposition for short life. Maybe their family genetics are not there. But for most people, the average American, I mean, the male and female, isn't that in their mid to 80s?
Well, for a 65-year-old man, it's age 86. For a 65-year-old woman, life expectancy is age 89. For a 65-year-old couple, it's age 93. So when people say, well, I'm not going to live that long, I'm going to take it early, if they're a married couple, I got to look them in the eye and say, it's likely one of you is going to live that long.
Right.
But here's what I'm saying, Steve. I'm not saying you can't retire at 62. What I'm telling you is you shouldn't take that money at 62. So what you want to do is build a bridge, build an income bridge from 62 to 70. Take some other money. Take your IRA money, take your 401k money, take your CD money, take your money market. Build a bridge from 62 to 70, but don't take that money. That money is some of the best money can't buy. Why? Because it pays you for the rest of your life. When you die, it pays your spouse for the rest of your spouse's life, plus it's inflation protected. See, that's some of the best money that money can't buy. Now, people say, well, Tom, I'll never break even. Yeah, the chances are you will break even. If you take a look at this, if you take it at age 66 versus 62, the break even is age 76. If you take it at 70 versus 62, the break even is age 79. If you take it at 70 versus 66, the break even is age 81. We already said a man's life expectancy at 65 is 86, a woman's is 89, and a couple's is age 93. Now, Steve, look at this. Those orange numbers right there show a husband and wife who took their Social Security benefits early at age 62. It paid them $1 million. I don't want to make fun of $1 million. $1 million is $1 million, right? But look, if the breadwinner would have delayed, it would have paid $1.5 million.
It matters.
Steve, that's 50% more. That's $500,000 that this couple left on the table by taking it early.
And remember, one thing that I've heard you talk about that you didn't add in your little equation was a hybrid retirement. You might want to be working all the way out to 70.
Work a little longer, save a little more. You can increase your earnings, increase your savings, increase your Social Security benefits, and start the withdrawals later.
if you can wait till age 70, and of course your qualified plan, you don't really have to take that out till 70 and a half. That's kind of the new benchmark to look at. So if you're talking about hybrid or looking at different ways to bridge from 62 to 70, that's the strategy. And we'll have strategies throughout the year about all this.
Right. And look, in my first book, Paychecks and Playchecks, I got the whole thing on how to do RMDs properly. Most people are just taking out the required minimum distributions. That's suboptimal. If they would do the required minimum distribution maximization strategy that I lay out on Paychecks and Playchecks, that gives them even more money.
I'll have to have you come back and do that.
Now, there are 3 benefits I want you to understand before you decide on when you should take yours. First is how your benefit works. Here's how your benefit works. You have to pay into Social Security for 40 quarters. Once you pay in for 40 quarters, you're eligible. They will then look at the average of your highest 35 years. And we talked in a previous show why that's important because, if you want to retire at 52 and you only pay into Social Security for 25 years, that means the other 10 years are going to be credited with 0. Maybe you have 35 years, but the first 5 years you were the busboy or a waitress at a restaurant, and now you got a high-paying job. Maybe you want to have 5 more years of that job to bump off the 5 years you were the busboy or the waitress. The second benefit you need to understand is how the spousal benefit works. See, you can either take your benefit or half of your spouse's. So let me ask you a question. What if we got a stay-at-home mom? She paid in 0 quarters into Social Security. Can she take Social Security? Yes. She's entitled to half of his. All right. So those are some of the things. And
I want to make sure we get that because I think a lot of our listeners, our viewers, say, well, I had a stay-at-home mom. And a lot of the boomers, maybe that wasn't, remember, because our culture was changing at the time. So there's a lot of stay-at-home moms. So they stayed at home. They have little to nothing in Social Security. You're saying they can still get half, if I'm hearing correctly, half of their husband's full retirement age benefit, right?
Right.
And he's still getting his. And we're taking nothing away from him.
No, they're taking nothing from him. He gets his full benefit. She gets an amount equal to half of his. And when he dies, she gets the full benefit.
So can I just do the math in my head? If I'm getting $40,000, my wife could get another $20,000 on top of it. So it's $60,000.
$60,000.
That's money.
That can be real money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, both you and your employer pay into Social Security and Medicare. That's how it's set up to work. You pay for 40 quarters, you become eligible, then it's the average of your highest 35 years. Now, the survivor benefit, we discussed this on a previous show, is the highest of the 2. So whoever had the highest benefit, that goes to the survivor. Okay, and so, a lot of people don't understand how that works, and you can take your survivor benefits as early as age 60, not 62, even earlier if they're minor children in the home. And you can start with your survivor benefit at age 60, let your benefit grow till age 70, take that, or if it works better, start with yours at 62 and switch to the higher survivor at 66.
Okay, so I'm just thinking present law. I'm thinking 60 is a benchmark for survivors. 62 is the front end of when you could pull it out. Your full retirement age for the boomers, at least the front end of the boomers, is 66. It's going up higher, 67 in your generation.
67 for me, yeah.
70 becomes the new demarcation for maximum security benefits.
Right.
And I think I just heard you say, if I have children that are dependents, I'm assuming 18 and under is what you're saying there, that could even start earlier than that.
Yeah, there's dependent benefits as well, and so that can play into when you decide to take your benefits, because you got to be taking benefits for those dependent benefits to kick in. So sometimes that there's a reason why you should take benefits earlier. Okay, if there's dependents in that, so that's another consideration.
Okay, so if I'm looking at the timeline of Social Security, I mean excluding the dependent issue for a second, I'm looking at 60, 62. 66 or 67, depending upon if you're on the next line where they're going to move it up, and age 70. Those are your big numbers.
Those are big years.
And you recommend looking at all this to see what is the best way to maximize your benefits.
Yeah, and then as we talked about in a previous show, then there's the strategies. There's the file and suspend, file a restricted application, collect on your ex. Social Security is not so simple that you should listen to your buddies at the coffee shop to take it at 62. There's way more strategies involved. I saw something good, Steve. It said, never take financial advice from a broke person.
Well, I think that's right. Or, I'm thinking about, because Social Security is so important to most Americans, and I'm thinking that over a half of the American population, this is their only plan. So to have knowledge on this is a huge issue. And a lot of us, I'm trying to prepare my retirement. And some of us have done a little bit of savings. Some have done more than that. But for most of Americans, lower middle class and down to poor people, they have not done this. So doing what we're talking about, and we have information on all this that you can get, we'll happen to give it to you. So remember, if you're listening to our show on radio, iTunes, or a podcast, you can view the video version online at rightonthemoneyshow.com, and request this very information will really help you. And in our fourth segment, we're going to talk about the qualifications and requirements of Social Security benefits with Tommy Hagna. We'll be right back.
For more information on this week's money topics, just go to our website at www.rightonthemoneyshow.com and follow Steve's daily postings on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. When it comes to retirement, money management, small business, insurance coverage, college funding, or budgeting, we have the interviews you can use.